All right, so let's hop back in. I see a couple questions. Let's see. April, I'm going to save your question until after this session. Just wanted to give you a heads up. And thanks, Judith. That's nice. We love that video. All right, so Ursula and I are going to talk a little bit about some websites, important website pieces that we want to make sure that you know about. So I'm going to navigate the website as Ursula tells you a little bit about what's going on your screen.
All right, yay, it's me again. Who talks fast? All right, so this is the main page we keep mentioning and throughout our talk of where to go to. This is where you registered, and this is where your landing page is. This is where you go to also log in and get back access to your page. And sorry, I went to the bottom, but I just wanted to make sure people are familiar with this, because I think sometimes when people register, they don't realize this is the page you actually go back to control everything. I'm just going to start at the top. Top right is always your menu, and this is the drop down, and this is actually what we're talking about, where you'll find a lot of information. And I do kind of want to highlight at the bottom right corner, you'll hear us mention quite frequently, is the blue chat bubble. This is our customer success team. This is GiveGab, which hosts our platform for GiveMore24. As a reminder, they are on East Coast time just for right now, which sounds kind of weird, but if you ask them questions and they don't get back to you right away, they will get back to you within the next day. But during GiveMore24, they are there to help the whole time. And they are really good about responding, and they're really helpful with tech questions, because sometimes if we can't answer a question, this is a great way to start. And you just send them a message, or you can do a quick search of their online articles. If it's a question that gets asked often, there you go. You can do a quick little search, and it'll bring up all the fun articles they have for how to register, how to build your profile, and how to log in. I just wanted to make sure we highlight that one because we talk about it a lot. All right, let's go to the top. So menu is your drop down. You have your home screen, which is the very first page you see anyways. And then you have a series of different drops downs. So I'll jump to the business fundraisers, and I don't want anybody to get confused by this. These are businesses that we approach to be a part of GiveMore24. And if you have a business out there that you think might be excited to kind of share pages and participate in GiveMore24. And what this means is that businesses can go on, and it's free. They will receive an invitation from us, and it's a good way to get their employees involved in giving to GiveMore24. And the way this works is it's not necessarily set up so they can just support one nonprofit. This is a way they can get on here and register and create their own team page, and all of their employees can support all the nonprofits that they choose to. And it's a good way for businesses to put the word out and advertise for all of GiveMore24 so they can get more people involved. It's a really good platform for kind of bigger businesses, usually for, if they have, maybe 30 employees and larger, to get involved in GiveMore24, because then that's just one more avenue for businesses to share out GiveMore24 during the day. You want to take this over, Nelia?
Sure. So we've talked a little bit about this nonprofit toolkits. It just is it's so full of so much great information. So we would really encourage you to come check this out. An important link at the top of this page is where you can sign up to receive emails, and these emails are specifically targeted and meant for nonprofits. Each week, we're going to send tips and updates, things that you should be kind of following along with. We're going to remind you where you should be in your communications timeline. So if you sign up here, I'll actually just copy this link address and share that in the chat, so you guys can do it now. If you're not already on that list, that's a great thing to do. Yeah, so within this toolkit, training sessions, if you haven't already registered, which I hope you have, ask us that question. Key dates, the things that you might not want to miss up until the giving day. And then, of course, good information around peer-to-peer fundraisers, donor engagement, building board support. The match form is online this year. If you were part of our webinar last week, you heard a little bit about this, but if you have a match that you've received from a donor, like a verbal commitment, we just need to make sure that you submit that through the website so we know that it's coming. So this is kind of how you can let us know. You just start here, and then we kind of put all of that information into a spreadsheet so that we're kind of on track with what the total number raised is. We're not going to do anything with that information. We're not going to contact your donors or anything like that. It's just so that we have record of it. So we ask that you submit those matches before September 10th. And then after you submit this match form, you also have to go to your profile and add that match information there. So that's kind of what the public will see when they come to your profile. So we just need you to do that in 2 spots. In the past, if you've participated in the past, that used to be like a 1-sheeter that we would ask you to have your donor sign. But this year, we wanted to keep everything online and not have to, you didn't have to worry about meeting with donors, getting things signed, swapping germs, none of that stuff.
I'm just going to add my 2 cents in real quick. Sorry, since you're on this. The other thing, match so that you're remembering to add it to your profile, just so you know, when you fill out that form, it's going to kick you an email automatically until you do a little reminder to tell you to add it to your profile. So it's not something you submit and then you forget about. The email will definitely kick back to you and say, hey, don't forget to add this to your profile page. So you can definitely flag it. So if you don't have time the day that you submit it, it's an important thing to remember to submit, because otherwise your match, it won't show up on your page for the day. If you don't have it showing up on your page for the day, it won't match. And we definitely want it to show for your day so that it kicks your numbers up so that you can get people excited.
Yes. Great. Thanks, Ursula. Number 3, I think, is just chock full of so much great stuff. Social media tips and tricks, a lot of updated information there, some sample email content and communications milestones. I think we shared that earlier. The nonprofit workbook that Mari was walking you guys through this morning, that's all there, and plus a little bit more good stuff. And then all those graphics and downloads I was talking about, you can come access those here. So banners for your profile, go this year, save the dates, pictures that your people can share, letting the world know that they gave, all here. My computer's loading a little slow. Thank yous to share on your social media profile. And again, like I said, all these no backgrounds, they're really just overlays that you can add your own pictures for or into. So have a look, have fun. There's some good stuff there. The next thing I just want to give a quick shout out to while we're here is the trainings page. There's just so much information here. So I want to make sure that you can keep linking. So virtual workshop today, and then all of these training videos, the series 101, 201s, all that good stuff. So like giving day basics, if this is your first giving day, if you've got a team and they're not on the call, this is a great place to start. How to get ready, creating your perfect profile, telling your story. That one was really good. I feel like that was helpful. Janie, what she was talking about earlier, this thanking your donors. This is a great quick 20-minute video. You can download the slides for each one, so it's really helpful. If you can't listen to it, you can at least have the slides for it. Like I said, it goes into 201, 301, lots of good stuff. So depending on how deep you're willing to go, I think the website's got it covered. Support articles, we talked briefly about that in this chat bubble down here. You can access so many different support articles, and when you search, click enter, there are even more. So it'll kind of tag based on what you're searching for, it'll offer new articles. So I would really encourage you getting in there and looking around. Ursula, I'm going to throw it back to you to talk a little bit about prizes.
All right, so part of my job for this is going out and getting prizes going to corporations and getting prize money. So this year we did up the prize money. So it's $1,500 we'll be awarding out and kind of through the day. And what will happen is it's not quite up yet because we're still working on getting more prizes for you. In that drop down menu, eventually there'll be a little button that says prizes. So you can go on, and we add it as we get it ready. So as we'll go on to that page, click on the prizes. So you can also schedule maybe some of your social media around those prizes. So a lot of times, like we'll start one at some of you that are familiar with this will remember this. Some of you are new, have not seen this before, but a lot of times we'll do maybe a prize from midnight as soon as we start till 2, and it's totally random. Sometimes we'll do one who's ever brings in the most donors from 12 to 2. Or it'll be some different kind of thing that we do, either the most prizes or the most amount. So it kind of gives everyone an opportunity. So maybe if you're reaching out to your donors and saying, hey, we have a real good chance of getting a prize between midnight and 2 a.m., please help us. And so that's a good opportunity. And we'll kind of have prizes throughout the day that are like that. And then some of them are just random, that'll be just awarded to maybe this, just a small nonprofit between 2 and 3, or 2 and 6 or something like that. So there's a great opportunity for nonprofits to win these prizes.
Awesome, thanks. Mm-hmm. Another really exciting part of the website that will actually become available closer to the event, actually on the day of the event, are leaderboards. So when you come to the homepage and scroll down, there will be a list of all of the nonprofits that are either top donors, top amount raised. We're going to have nonprofits based on their size category this year that many of you had requested in the past, and then also have based on your area of service. So a few new leaderboards this year, and that's always really fun to follow along with and to send your donors back and say, oh my gosh, we're ranked here, we were here. So it's kind of a fun engagement tool. Just a heads up for you to know that that's coming. Also the countdowns here, you'll see this, so don't let that give you any stress. It's just there for fun. And donor data is the last one. And April, I don't know the answer to your question, but I'm going to read it. And I think Ursula will probably know. If not, we'll contact GiveGab for you. Ursula, can we have the data start at 0? So like the money that she raised last year is still listed there. What can she do? And doesn't that reset at a certain point? It
does need to be reset, and it's just it's something that GiveGab actually needs to do. Okay. So something on their page that's still catching. So yes, so a good place to start is to just hit that blue chat bubble and ask them to reset it.
Okay. She said they didn't really have an answer for her, so we can reach out to them.
Okay.
We'll talk to our project manager and let him know, April. So we'll send you an email separately after this. I think that is everything that we have really to talk about on the website. Of course, I mean, if you haven't done this, you can search for your nonprofit up here in the search bubble. I'm going to use Columbia Dance as an example. So when Mari earlier was talking about sharing your personal profile link, your URL, this is what you want to share on all of your social media channels and your email marketing. You want people to completely bypass the homepage and come directly to your profile so that they can make a gift as soon as possible. You don't want to have, we don't want them to have to click around and find you and search for you. That can be kind of frustrating sometimes. So you want to make sure that that's the URL that you're sharing in all of your promotional messaging. All right, so if there are any questions, now is the time to type those in. Mari, Ursula, Janie, is there anything that I might have forgotten that you'd like to add?
I'm going to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. I just want everyone just to take, you can take a quick look and you can see our sponsors that have supported us year after year. Our presenting sponsor again is Davidson and Pemco, and they've supported us, I'm not sure on the years, I think the last 4 to 5 years. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mari. I think you'd remember better than me. And then also I want to thank, we have a new power sponsor this year, Russell Investments and Columbia Bank. Columbia Bank has always been big sponsors of ours. They last few years have been able to do a fun happy hour and do a little bit of prize money. This year they won't be able to do a normal happy hour, but they definitely are sharing on social media. And then I know from other nonprofits, they're very involved in hosting some virtual events and things like that. And then our booth sponsors are Blue Blazes, who does all of our our social media and digital media, sorry. And then our prize sponsors this year, again, are Heritage, Fiber Federal, the Convenience Group, and Waste Connections. And so we're still working on getting some more prize sponsorship, and also we usually do a little bit of prize money too. So we wouldn't be able to do a lot of what we've been able to do without them, and also part of what we've been able to do is offset some of the cost for the platform and be able to help so that we could offer free registration this year. And if I'm forgetting anybody, chime in, please.
Did you already pass through our media sponsors? So we have, yeah, we also have media sponsors. We have confirmed that the Daily News is up in Longview is back on and a media sponsor this year. They'll be providing print advertisements and some coverage on the Giving Day. The Columbian has been a longtime supporter since day one, really, and they are also confirmed as a print media sponsor. So they will be doing the same advertising and coverage. We also have Bicoastal Media verbally committed up in Longview, which is a set of radio stations up there, and then KUKN, and KLOG. I think there's a third station there as well, are all committed as well. So we have a lot of media partnerships that will be promoting this day. And additionally, I just wanted to answer a question from Jordan, specifically why this date as opposed to making this part of Giving Tuesday. Really, this event was started when Giving Tuesday was brand new as well. We launched this as a local way, a local Giving Day to kind of really appeal to our community specifically. And it actually has a higher participation rate because of that, because it is local, because it's, homegrown, and nonprofits, 215 local nonprofits that people can choose from. There's a lot more engagement on this day in Southwest Washington than on a Giving Tuesday. So that is the quick answer to that.
Awesome. Thanks, Mari. All right. Any more questions out there? Feel free to ask anything. You can ask them privately. We won't use your name, whatever. Whatever you need to ask. We're here to help. I feel like we need elevator music right now.
Something that I was thinking about, Leah, is you were talking about people pushing out their own landing page, right? So they're bypassing, going through the main site and having to click a bunch of times. I just think it's worth mentioning for those of you who are newer to Give More 24 is you can, as you're giving through, somebody's landing page, you can also add other nonprofits to give to. So it's just an important note that just because you pick one, people oftentimes shop around and learn about other nonprofits at the time that they're making their gift. So just wanted to kind of, because the site's not live, it's hard to know that now. So for those of you who are new to the event, that's kind of how it works at checkout when you're making a gift.
Yeah, and the data also supports that people are using that functionality. They're making, I think the average, donor made 3 gifts last year. And overall, we do a donor survey too, and folks say that they found new nonprofits that they hadn't heard of before just through that feature.
Yes, so I just uploaded, I think, Mari, I can't remember if you added this earlier, but just in case you didn't, I just put the link to last year's recap for those of you who are interested in kind of getting in with the data. That's a good way to do it. Check that out. While we talk about the shopping cart function on the website, I want to confirm that if you give to 5 nonprofits in one transaction, each nonprofit will send a thank you for giving. Is that right? Like a donor would get 5 emails. So they would get the thank you note that each nonprofit puts in their profile. Is that right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Any other questions out there? Okay, speak now or forever hold your peace. Before I let you guys go though, I just want to give a little plug for some upcoming key dates. You can access this on the website under the key dates in the menu. September 1st, well, I'm sorry, August 18th is that 10 Final Steps to Success webinar that you can register for on the website. And then on September 1st, that's your deadline to finalize your profile. So while we would suggest you doing that way ahead of time, that's the last day that you can do that. So yeah, that's a great day to mark in your calendar. Judith, you have a question. Did anyone address if it is better to hold matches until the giving day or apply them early? I bet there would be some great information in that training article and on the website, but I bet also Ursula or Murray would love to answer that.
I can actually even jump in on that too,
Judy.
Judy.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it depends on how much what matching dollars that you have and how much you're planning to raise, right? So if you have, if you have, let's say $1,000 in matching funds and you think you're going to raise, $10,000 for the event, I'm just going to use an extreme example. I personally would probably hold those matching dollars until the giving day when it kind of came on to provide some momentum behind the event. If it was flipped where, you had a really big matching gift, but maybe you're new to the event and, you're more concerned about fulfilling that match, then I would maybe turn it on during pre-giving as well. I don't know, Ursula, if you have more to add on that.
No, I kind of agree with what you said. And I think really matches add more to the actual giving day.
Thanks, you guys. All right, well, if a question strikes you over the next couple of days this afternoon, feel free to email us at givemore24@cfsww.org, and we would be happy to help you out in any way that we can. And then again, like we've said, that support bubble is a great way to get a very quick answer. Yeah, so we're again so grateful that you guys spent such a chunk of the day with us. Like I said earlier, all of this information will be available. I'm hoping to have some type of folder to put a digital folder to put all of this in for you that will be accessible through that trainings page on the GiveMore24 website. The last thing I'll leave you with is to make sure that you sign up for our emails, follow us on social media so you can kind of stay in the know, and then also join our Facebook group for GiveMore24 participants. If you need the link to that, it's in the last email, or you can search for it and you'll find it pretty easily. Thank you guys so much. You guys have an amazing week and we will talk to you soon. See you later.